health officials will release their final report on the Legionnaire's outbreak in the mountains.
There were more than 140 cases following the Mountain State Fair in September. News 13's Taylor Stewart joins us live with details. Taylor.
Yeah, Jay, Holly, 4 people lost their lives after attending the Mountain State Fair. Now, in early reports, state health officials claim it was become from bacteria inside of hot tubs at the Davis Center. They say people likely came in contact with the Legionella bacteria from water droplets. Now, the latest report today, we hope to get a little bit more clarity about the source of the bacteria. And in the weeks and months following, we got to speak with people who watched their loved ones fall ill with pneumonia-like symptoms.
The scariest thing I think I've ever been through in my life. It really is, just to not know if he's going to make it, because they said only 60% of the people on the ECMO make it, and that's a big number, 40% that don't. So just sitting there every day and just patiently waiting for him to get better, and they kept telling me it's a slow process.
As of now, the Department of Agriculture says the Ag Center is safe. And because of this outbreak, CDC officials will announce a new set of regulations when it comes to hot tubs. Now, today we'll live stream that conference for you. Coming up in our next half hour, we'll look at some of the questions we hope to get answers to today. For now, we're live in Asheville. I'm Taylor Stewart, News 13.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Jay Siltzer. This is your morning cup of Jay. A 7-year-old Girl Scout in West Virginia took cookie selling to a whole new level. The group says Rory Clark from Morgantown sold Girl Scout cookies in each of the 50 states. She used social media and her own website to reach customers across the country. Family and friends helped her along the way. Rory was inspired by a class project that encouraged students to receive a postcard from each state. To achieve her goals, she used a map and checked off one state after another as she made progress. She says it really made her day when she finally reached her goal. Scout leaders say she sold nearly 700 boxes of cookies.
Firefighters work to contain a multi-alarm fire off of Highway 276 in the Bethel community of Haywood County. Flames broke out around 9 this morning, and the blaze continues right now. News 13's Taylor Stewart is live from the scene with the latest. Taylor, flames shooting up from wooden pallets. I can see it all still burning behind you.
Yeah, it's still burning, and the firefighters are working to contain the flames here. That you can see they're burning quite rapidly, and you can feel the heat from us. It's taken a lot of manpower and a lot of water to get this under control. These tanks have been dropping water into this drop tank so firefighters can fill up their hose and contain this. Now, the major concern becomes the pallets over here to your right side of the screen. They want to make sure those flames don't touch that and continue to spread. And I'm telling you, they've been working for the last 3 hours. Now, I asked the fire chief if they're investigating the cause of this incident. He says yes. I asked him if there's any indication of foul play. He says it seems so, but he could not comment further. Nobody was injured and no real property damage, according to Lake Logan Fire Chief Chad Clemens. He said this was not an easy fire to contain. He called in the Caruso, North Canton, Waynesville Fire Department, amongst several others. Chief says the pallets were stacked and very dry, making it difficult to put out these flames. Now, we are learning this hour that these pallets are from the Appalachian Hardware Store. It's about a mile up the street, but this is where they keep their pallets to be repurposed. No timeline yet as to when they believe they'll get this all under control, but it is contained to this one area, and of course, we'll keep you updated. For now, we're live in Waynesville. I'm Taylor Stewart, News 13.
Drug addiction in the mountains is having a costly impact on taxpayers and resources. And right now, the Henderson County Detention Center is at maximum capacity.
News 13's Taylor Young takes us inside the prison for a look at how the county is hoping to cut down on its inmates and save money.
We've been rather busy, so we have some people still waiting in the intake area.
Nearly 5,000 inmates came through the Henderson County Detention Center in 2019, a number the jail was not equipped to handle when it was built in the 90s.
All this was designed to process fewer inmates than we currently house.
Captain Todd McCrane is the jail administrator and says he's seen a pattern in terms of who's walking through his doors.
As we see a lot of repeat offenders when it comes to dealing with the substance abuse.
Who then return time and time again.
So if we can disrupt that cycle.
County Commissioner Bill Lapsley says it's a cycle that's stressing limited resources and costing taxpayers millions of dollars.
Significant enough that the commissioners all agreed we need to do something.
Tina LaFour is an example of what has been done. 3 weeks ago, she became the jail's very first navigator, working one-on-one with inmates dealing with substance abuse and behavioral issues.
Anything I can do to help, I will.
Her position is funded by the Board of Commissioners in an effort to reduce the number of inmates.
I'm able to work with people to say, why are we here again? And what can we do to change that?
For about 75% of inmates, the answer is substance abuse treatment, starting while they're still behind bars and not stopping once they're out.
So that as soon as they walk out the door, I can turn around tomorrow and call you and say, okay, we talked to behavioral health and you're supposed to go there for an intake, or this is going to help you, opposed to before they would just let them out at whatever time and they had no knowledge.
Less people in Captain McCrane's jail is a clear sign of a healthier community and less money coming from taxpayer wallets.
The hopes that we have is that'll keep that person from going back into the same type practices they were doing before they came here, and then we won't see them again.
In Henderson County, Taylor Young, News 13.